बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज के बुक रिव्यू में मशहूर इंग्लिश ग्रामर बुक जो कि रायमंड मर्फी की है और ये CSS की रिकमेंडेड बुक्स में भी शामिल है। जो CSS के सिलेबस में रिकमेंडेड बुक्स दी हुई हैं उनमें से एक ये वाली बुक भी है। तो कंटेंट्स तो नहीं पढ़ूंगी क्योंकि बहुत टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है कंटेंट्स पढ़ने में। तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डली ये स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी बेनिफिशियल है और टीचर्स के लिए भी बेनिफिशियल है। तो ये जो क्योंकि मैं बुक रिव्यू कर रही हूँ लिहाजा मैं बुक को यही रिव्यू करूँगी, वो जो ऊपर दी हुई चीज़ें उनको नहीं करूँ। अच्छा जी, शुरू करते हैं पहले चैप्टर से। यूनिट नंबर इसके 145 यूनिट्स हैं इस बुक में दिए हुए। सबसे पहला प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस आई एम डूइंग। स्टडी दिस एग्जाम्पल सिचुएशन। सारा इज़ in her car. She is on her way to work. She is driving to work. She is driving. दोनों तरीके से ठीक है। This means she is driving now at the time of speaking. The action is not finished. मतलब जिस वक्त वो ड्राइव कर रही है उस वक्त वो काम अभी ख़त्म नहीं हुआ, वो कर रही है उस टाइम पर जिस वक्त ये बात हो रही है। M is R plus ing is the present continuous. I के साथ M लगता है और he she it के साथ is और we you they के साथ R वगैरह लगता है। I am doing something. I started doing it and have not finished. I am in middle of doing it. Please don't make so much noise. I am trying to work. Not I try to work. Where is Mark? He is having a shower. Not he is a shower. Let's go out now. It isn't raining anymore. It doesn't rain and गलत होगा. How's your new job? Are you enjoying it? अच्छा जी, नेक्स्ट पढ़ते हैं। स्टीव इज़ टॉकिंग टू अ फ्रेंड। मतलब कंटिन्यूस के दो तरीके होते हैं, जो ऊपर वाला के उस टाइम पे जो काम किया जा रहा हो वो भी कंटिन्यूस में आता है और दूसरा तरीका ये होता है स्टीव इज़ टॉकिंग टू अ फ्रेंड ऑन द फोन। ही सेज आई एम रीडिंग अ रियली गुड बुक एट द मोमेंट। इट्स अबाउट अ मैन हु स्टीव इज सेज आई एम रीडिंग but he is not reading the book at the time of speaking. He means that he has started reading the book but has not finished it yet. He is in the middle of the reading. Some more examples. Kate wants to work in Italy, so she is learning Italian. But perhaps she is not learning Italian at the time of speaking. Some friends of mine are building their own house. They hope to finish it next summer. सेम इसी तरह की आगे भी एग्जाम्पल्स हैं और इसमें बहुत अच्छी एक्सरसाइज दी हुई है, लेकिन वो एक्सरसाइजेज जो है वो मैं किसी अलग लेक्चर में सारी के सारी सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करूँगी। फिलहाल चूँकि बुक रिव्यू में कर रही हूँ तो इसलिए आगे चलते हैं। यूनिट नंबर 2 प्रेजेंट सिंपल आई डू। स्टडी दिस एग्जाम्पल सिचुएशन। Alex is a bus driver, but now he is in bed asleep. He is not driving a bus. He is asleep, but he drives a bus. He is a bus driver. Drives, works, does, etc. is present simple. I, we, you, they के साथ ड्राइव, वर्क, डू, etc लगेगा और ही, शी, इट के साथ ड्राइव्स, वर्क्स, डज मतलब एस या एस का इजाफा होगा। इसी तरह ये आगे सम मोर एग्जांपल्स लिखी हुई, इनको नहीं करते और डायरेक्ट यूनिट नंबर 3 पे आ जाते हैं। प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस एंड प्रेजेंट सिंपल 1 आई एम डूइंग एंड आई डू। प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस आई एम डूइंग, प्रेजेंट सिंपल आई डू। वी यूज द कंटिन्यूस फॉर थिंग्स हैपनिंग एट और अराउंड द time of speaking. The action is not complete. I am doing. We use simple for things in general or things that happen repeatedly. जैसे I do. Past, now, future. The water is boiling. Be careful. Listen to those people. What language are they speaking? अब प्रेजेंट सिंपल में अगर हम देखें तो वाटर बॉइल्स एट 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस। मतलब जब भी वाटर को बॉयल किया जाएगा या किया जाता है तो वह 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे भी बॉयल होता है। एक्सक्यूज मी, डू यू स्पीक इंग्लिश? क्या तुम इंग्लिश बोलते हो? और पहले वाले फिक्र में था कि लिसन टू दोज पीपल, व्हाट लैंग्वेज आर दे स्पीकिंग, वो क्या इंग्लिश कौन सी लैंग्वेज बोल रहे हैं। ठीक हो गया, होप सो अंडरस्टैंड हो गई होगी। आगे एक और छोटी सी एग्जांपल पढ़ लेते हैं। आई ऑलवेज डू एंड आई एम ऑलवेज डूइंग। मैं हमेशा करता हूँ या मैं हमेशा कर रहा होता हूँ। I always do something. I do it every time. I always go to work by car. I am not. I am always going. I am always doing something. I do it too often or more often than normal. I have lost my keys again. I am always losing them. दोनों तरह से ठीक हो गया ये जुमला। आई एम ऑलवेज लूजिंग देम, आई लूज देम टू ऑफन और मोर ऑफन देन नॉर्मल, ये भी ठीक है। अच्छा जी, आगे है यूनिट नंबर 4, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस एंड प्रेजेंट सिंपल टू। आई एम डूइंग एंड आई डू। वी यूज कंटिन्यूस फ्रॉम आई एम वेटिंग, इट्स रेनिंग, etc फॉर एक्शंस एंड हैपनिंग दैट हैव started but not finished. Some verbs, for example know and like, are not normally used in this way. We don't say I am knowing, they are liking. We say I know, they like. The following verbs are not normally used in the present continuous, like want, need, prefer, know, um, realize, understand, recognize, believe, suppose, remember, mean, belong, fit, contain, consist, seem. I am hungry, I want something to eat, not I am wanting. Do you understand what I mean? Anna doesn't seem very happy right now. Think. We think means when think means believe or have an opinion. We do not use the continuous. I think Mary is Canadian, but I am not sure. Not I am thinking. What do you think of my idea? What is your opinion? When think means consider, the continuous is possible. I am thinking about what happened. I often think about it. Nikki is thinking of giving up her job. She is considering it. अच्छा जी, आगे एक्सरसाइज दी हुई है। एक्सरसाइज को नहीं करते, हम नेक्स्ट चलते हैं। पास्ट सिंपल आई डिड। स्टडी दिस एग्जाम्पल। वोल्फगैंग एमेडस मोजार्ट वाज एन ऑस्ट्रियन musician and composer. He lived from 1756 to 1791. He started composing at the age of 5 and wrote more than 600 pieces of music. He was only 35 years old when he died. Lived, started, wrote, was, died are all past simple. Very often the past simple ends in ed, regular verbs. I work in a travel agency now. Before that, I worked in a department store. They invited us to their party, but we decided not to go. The police stopped me on my way home last night. Laura passed her exam because she has studied very hard. For spelling, stopped, studied, etc. सी अपेंडिक्स 6 आगे आएगा, उसको भी देखते हैं। राइट, रोट, सी, सा। इन शॉर्ट वो जब पास्ट सिंपल होता है ना, उसमें सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब यूज होती है, और ये पूरे के पूरे टेंसेज में वाहिद पास्ट सिंपल टेंस है जिसमें सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब यूज होती है। बाकी किसी भी टेंस में सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब यूज नहीं होती नॉर्मली। पास्ट कंटिन्यूस ये प्रेजेंट की तरह, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस की तरह ही होता है, लेकिन इसमें हेल्पिंग वर्ब चेंज हो जाता है। जैसे उसमें इज एम आर था, तो इसमें वाज वर रह जाएगा। Yesterday, Kareen and Joy played tennis. They started at 10 o'clock and finished at 11:30. So at 10:30, they were playing tennis. They were in the middle of playing. They had not finished. Was, were plus ing is the past continuous. He, she, it was. मतलब ही शी इट के साथ वाज लगेगा, वी यू दे के साथ वर लगेगा, प्लेइंग, डूइंग, वर, etc हो जाएगा। I was doing something. I was in the middle of doing it a certain time. The action or situation started before that time, but had not finished. I started doing. I was doing. I finished doing. अच्छा जी, इसके भी सेम रूल्स होते हैं जो कि प्रेजेंट सिंपल वाले थे, लेकिन प्रेजेंट सिंपल में ये होता है कि अभी भी वो काम कंटिन्यूस में चल रहा है, लेकिन ये होता है जो पास्ट में स्टार्ट हुआ और पास्ट में ही कंटिन्यू चल रहा होता है। स्टडी प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट। आई हैव डन। टॉम कांट फाइंड दिस की। ही इज लॉस्ट हिज की। ही हैज़ लॉस्ट। ही हैज़ लॉस्ट हिज की। ही लॉस्ट एंड एक सेकेंड, he lost it and he doesn't have it now. Have lost, has lost is the present perfect simple. I, we, they, you के साथ have लगेगा। I have finished, lost, done, been वगैरह। he, she, it के साथ has लगता है। The present perfect simple is has, have plus past participle. The past participle often ends in ed, finished, decided, etc. But many verbs are irregular, lost, done, written, etc. For a list of regular verbs, अपेंडिक्स वर्ब्स में लिस्ट ऑफ रेगुलर वर्ब्स की हुई है। अच्छा जी, आगे चलते हैं। Present perfect too. I have done. Dave, have you traveled a lot, Jane? Jane, yes, I have been. I have to lots of places. Dave, really? Have you ever been to China? Jane, yes, I have been to China twice. Dave, what about India? Jane, no, I haven't been to India. When we talk about a period of time that continues from the past until now, we use the present perfect. Have been, have traveled. Here, Dave and Jane are talking about the places Jane has visited in her life, which is a period that continues until now. Jane's life, a period until now. In the same way, we say, have you ever eaten caviar? We have never had a car. I don't know what that film is about. I haven't seen it. Susan really loves the book. She has read it 3 times. अच्छा जी, आगे है recently in the last few days so far since I arrived. Have you heard anything from Ben recently? I have met a lot of people in the last few days. Everything is going well. They have not been any problem so far. We say it's the first time something has happened. For example, Don is having a driving lessons. It's his first lesson, we can say. आगे चलते हैं नेक्स्ट चैप्टर पे. प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस. आई हैव बीन डूइंग इट्स बीन रेनिंग. It's raining. Is it raining? No, but the ground is wet. It's been raining. It has been. Have, has been plus ing is the present perfect continuous. I, we, they, you, have. I have been doing work. या I have been learning. He, she, it के साथ has आता है. We use the present perfect continuous for an activity that has recently stopped or just stopped. Why are you out of breath? Have you been running? Paul is very tired. He has been working hard. It's been raining for 2 hours. How long have you been learning English? Compare I am doing and I have been doing. I am doing present continuous now. Don't disturb me now. I am working. I have been doing present perfect continuous. I have been working hard. Now I am going to have a break. Present perfect continuous and simple. I have been doing and I have done. This there is paint on Kate's clothes. She has been painting her bedroom. The bedroom was green, now it's yellow. She has painted her bedroom. Has been painting is the present perfect continuous and has painted is the present perfect simple. We are thinking of the activity. It does not matter whether it has been finished or not. In this example, the activity painting the bedroom has not been finished. Here the important thing is that something has been finished. She has painted is a completed action. We are thinking about the result of the activity, the painted bedroom, not the activity itself. अच्छा जी, आगे है हाउ लॉन्ग हैव यू बीन. Dan and Kate are married. They got married exactly 20 years ago. So today is their 20th wedding anniversary. They have been married for 20 years. We say they are married present. But how long have they been married? Not how long are they married. They have been married for 20 years. Not they are married for 20 years. अच्छा जी, we use the present perfect to talk about something that began in the past and still continues now. Compare the present and present perfect. Paul is in hospital. He has been in hospital since Monday. He has been not. Paul is in hospital since Monday. We know each other very well, but we have known each other for a long time. Not we known. We known नहीं आएगा, सिर्फ we have known आएगा. अच्छा जी, नेक्स्ट चैप्टर है for and since, when and how long. we use for a period of time we have been waiting for 2 hours, or since we use since that start of a period time we have been waiting since 8 o'clock. जब स्टार्ट टाइम पता होता है तो फिर सिंस लगता है, अगर स्टार्ट टाइम नहीं पता तो फिर फोर लगता है। अच्छा जी, वी ऑफन लीव आउट फॉर बट नॉट यूजली इन अ नेगेटिव सेंस। They have been married for 10 years, or they have been married 10 years. They haven't had a holiday for 10 years. You need for. You can use in instead of for in negative sentences. I haven't etc. They haven't had a holiday in 10 years. मतलब for 10 years की बजाय हम in 10 years लगेंगे अगर नेगेटिव सेंटेंस में नॉट में आ जाए। Compare when past simple and how long present perfect. When did it start raining? It started raining at an hour ago at 1 o'clock. How long has it been raining? It's been raining for an hour since 1 o'clock. When did Joe and Kate first met? They first met a long time ago when they were at school. How long have they known each other? They have known each other for a long time since they were at school. अच्छा जी, आगे है प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट एंड पास्ट वन। आई हैव डन एंड आई डिड। टॉम इज लुकिंग फॉर हिज की, ही कांट फाइंड इट। He has lost his key, present perfect. This means that he doesn't have his key now. Now Tom has found his key. He has it now. He has lost his key, not he has found it. He lost his key, past simple, but now he has found it, present perfect. The present perfect something has happened is a present tense. It tells about the situation now. Tom has lost his key. He doesn't have his key now. उसने मतलब अपनी वो की खो दी और अब उसके पास नहीं है। प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट एंड पास्ट टू, आई हैव डन एंड आई डिड। We do not use the present perfect I have done when we talk about a finished time. For example, yesterday, last year, 10 minutes ago. We use past tense. It was very cold yesterday, not has been. एक मिनट। अच्छा जी, use the past to ask when or what time. When did your friends arrive? Not have arrived. What time did you finish work? फिनिश नहीं आएगा, फिनिश आएगा। फिनिश्ड नहीं होता, फिनिश होता है। उनका डिड जो है वो पास्ट ही पार्टिसिपल है, तो लिहाजा जब वो आ जाता है तो फिर आगे पास्ट वर्ब नहीं लगती। पास्ट परफेक्ट, आई हैड डन। सारा एंड पॉल went to the same party last week, but they did not see each other. Paul left the party at 10:30 and Sarah arrived at 11 o'clock. So when Sarah arrived at the party, Paul wasn't there. He had gone home. Had gone is the perfect. I, we, they, you के साथ he, she, it, इन सब के साथ had ही लगेगा। अच्छा जी, आगे चलते हैं। Past perfect continuous. I had been doing. Yesterday morning I go up and looked out of the window. The sun was shining but the ground was very wet. It had been raining. It was not raining when I looked out of the window. The sun was shining but it had been raining. Before had been ing is past perfect continuous. I, we, you, they, he, she, it, had, I had, etc. ये टेंसेस का एक अलग से लेक्चर मैंने बनाया हुआ, अगर आपको इसमें से काफ़ी डिफ़िकल्ट लगता है ये वाला, क्योंकि इसमें ना तरतीब से सीक्वेंस से नहीं है, वो प्रेजेंट चल रहा है, पास्ट चल रहा है, परफेक्ट चल रहा है, तो वो एक सीक्वेंस वाले टेंसेस का एक अलग से मैंने लेक्चर बनाया हुआ, वो आप चैनल के प्लेलिस्ट में देख सकते हैं, इंग्लिश ग्रामर के नाम से। हैव एंड हैव गॉट। हैव एंड हैव गॉट for possession, relationship, illness, appointments, etc. You can have or have got. There is no difference in meaning. You can say they have a new car or they have got a new car. Lisa has 2 brothers. Lisa has got 2 brothers. एक ही बात है, दोनों तरह से लिख सकते हैं। आगे है used to do. A few years ago. These days. Nicola doesn't travel much these days. She prefers to stay at home, but she used to travel a lot. She used to go away 2 or 3 times a year. She used to travel a lot. She traveled often in the past, but she doesn't do this anymore. She used to travel. She doesn't travel. मतलब पहले वो ट्रैवल करना पसंद करती थी लेकिन अब वो नहीं करती. यूज टू तब लगाते हैं जब कोई काम पास्ट में किया जाता हो रहा था लेकिन अब नहीं होता. प्रेजेंट टेंसेस आई एम डूइंग, आई डू. फॉर द फ्यूचर, दिस इज Ben's डायरी फॉर नेक्स्ट वीक. ही इज प्लेइंग टेनिस ऑन मंडे आफ्टरनून. He is doing to the dentist. He is going to the dentist on Tuesday morning. He is meeting Kate on Friday. In all these examples, Ben has already decided and ready to do these things. Next है I am going to do. I am going to do something. I have already decided to do it. I needed. I intended to do it. Are you going to eat anything? Not. No, I am not hungry. I hear Sarah won their lottery. What is she going to do with the money? She is going to buy a new car. I am just going to make a quick phone call. Can you wait for me? This cheese smells horrible. I am not going to eat it. You can also say that something is going to happen in the future. For example, the man is not looking where he is going. He is going to walk into the wall. When we say that something is going to be happen, the situation now makes this clear. Can see this that he is going to walk out in going to future. अच्छा जी, next है will and shall. We use I will when we just decided to do something. When we say I'll do something, we announce our decision. Oh, I left the door open. I'll go and shut it. What would you like to drink? I'll have orange juice, please. Did you call Max? Oh no, I forgot. I'll call him now. We do not use the present simple I do, go, etc. In these sentences, I'll phone him now. Not I phone him now. I will phone आएगा. अच्छा, shall have. We use shall mostly in the question. Shall I, shall we use shall I, shall we. I और we के साथ shall लगता है, बाकी सब के साथ will use होता है. To ask of it's okay to do something, or to ask for a suggestion. Shall I open the window? Do you want me to open it? Will and shall. We do not use will to say that what somebody has already arranged to decided to do. Lisa is working next week. Not Lisa will work. Are you going to watch the TV this evening? Not will you watch. You will see. We use will to say what we know or believe about the future, not what some has already decided. For example, Kate has arrived next week. Chris and Joe are talking about it. Do you think Kate will pass? Yes, she is good driver. She will pass easily. Joe believes that Kate will pass the driving test. He is predicting the future. When we predict a future happening or situation, we use will, want. अच्छा जी, generally we use will to take about the future, but sometimes we use will to talk about now. Don't phone Amy now, she'll be busy now. Normally we use shall only when I and we. With we, you can say I shall or I will, we shall or we will. आगे चलते हैं. I will and I am going to. Compare will and be going to. Sarah is talking to Helen. Let's have a party. That's a great idea. We'll invite lots of people. Will invite. We use will invite to announce a new decision. The party is a new idea. अच्छा, will be doing and will have done. Study this example situation. These people are standing in a queue to get into the cinema. Half an hour from now, the cinema will be full. Everyone will be watching the film. 3 hours from now, the cinema will be empty. The film will have finished. Everyone will have gone. I will be doing something. Future continuous. I will be in the middle of doing. ये फ्यूचर सिंपल के लिए will be, सॉरी कंटिन्यूस के लिए be लगाते हैं will be. when I do and when I have done. If and when. Amy is on a train. She is calling a friend. I'll call you again later when I arrive. I'll call you again later when I arrive is a sentence with two parts. The main part and when. I'll call you again later and when we arrive. The time is future. Later it be later, but Amy says when I arrive, not when I will arrive. We say when I do something, not will do. When something happens, not will happen. Some more examples. We'll go out when it stops raining, not when it will stop raining. When you are here again, you must come and see us, not when you will be. Don't forget to lock the door when you go out. अच्छा जी, इफ़ एंड व्हेन के एग्जांपल देख लेते हैं. आफ्टर इफ़ वी नॉर्मली यूज़ द प्रेजेंट. इफ़ डू, इफ़ सी इट इज़ फॉर द फ्यूचर. आई विल बी एंग्री इफ़ इट हैपन्स अगेन, नॉट इफ़ it will happen. Hurry up, if we don't hurry we'll be late. We use if not when for things that will horrible possibly happen or not happen. Don't worry if I am late tonight, not when I am late. We use when for things which are sure to happen. Compare. I might go out later. It's possible if I go out I'll get some bread. I am going out later for sure. When I go out I'll get some bread. Can, could and be able to. We use can to say something, say that something is possible or allowed, or that somebody has the ability to do something. We use can plus infinitive. Can do, can see, etc. We can see the take the lake from our hotel. I don't have a pen. You can use mine. Can you speak any foreign languages? I can come and see you tomorrow if you like. The word dream can be a noun or a verb. The negative is can't, cannot. I am afraid I cannot come to the party on Friday. You can say that somebody is able to do something, but can is more usual. We are able to see the lake from our hotel, but can has only two forms: can present and could past. So sometimes it is necessary to use be able to. Compare. I can't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep recently. Tom can come tomorrow. Tom might be able to come tomorrow. Maria can speak French, Spanish and English. Applicants for the job must be able to speak now foreign languages. Sometimes could is the past of can. We use could respectively: see, hear, smell, taste, feel, remember, understand. Could and was able to. We use could for general ability and with see, hear, etc. My grandfather could speak 5 languages. I could see them but not very clearly. Could do and could have done. Sometimes could is the past of can. Listened, I can hear something now. I listened, I could hear something in past, but couldn't. Could is not always in past. We always could for use could for possible actions now in the future, especially to make suggestions. For example, what shall we do tonight? We could go to the cinema. When you go Paris next month, you could say with Sarah. Yes, I respond. I suppose I could. एक second, please. अच्छा जी, sorry. But could is not always past. We also use could for possible actions now or in the future, especially to make suggestions. For example, what shall we do tonight? We could go to the cinema. When you go to Paris next month, you could say, stay with Sarah. Yes, I suppose I could. Can is possible in these sentences. We can go to the cinema, etc. Could is less sure than can. Must and can't. My house is very near the motorway. It must be very noisy. We use must to say that we believe something is certain. You have been traveling all today. You must do tired. You must be tired. Traveling is tiring, and you have been traveling all day. So you must be tired. Joe is hard worker. Joe, you must be joking. He doesn't do anything. Lois must get very bored in her job. She does the same thing every day. We can't use to say what we believe something is not possible. There is nobody at home. They must have gone out. May and might. We are looking for Ben. Nobody is sure where he is, but you get some suggestions. Where is Ben? He may be in his office. Perhaps he is in office. He might be having lunch. Perhaps he is having lunch. Ask Kate. She might know. Perhaps she knows. नेक्स्ट है आपका मे एंड माइट का टू वी यूज़ मे एंड माइट टू टॉक अबाउट पॉसिबल एक्शंस और हैपनिंग्स इन द फ्यूचर आई हैवंट डिसाइडेड वेयर टू गो ऑन हॉलीडे आई मे गो टू आइलैंड परहैप्स आई विल गो देयर टेक एन अम्ब्रेला विद यू इट माइट रेन लेटर परहैप्स इट विल रेन बट द बस isn't always on time. We might have to wait a few minutes. Perhaps we will have to wait. The negative forms are may not and might not. Usually you can use may or might, so you can say I may go to Ireland or I might go to Ireland. Compare may might to ing. I will be ing. Don't phone at 8:30. I'll be watching the football on TV. Don't phone at 8:30. I might be watching the football on TV. Next है have to and must. I have to do something. It is necessary to do it. I am obliged to do it. You can't turn right here. You have to turn left. You have to turn लेफ्ट देयर हैव टू जब लाजमी कोई काम होता है तो फिर हैव टू लगता है मस्ट कहाँ लगता है मस्ट इज सिमिलर टू हैव टू यू कैन से इट इज़ लेटर देन इट आई थॉट आई मस्ट गो और आई हैव टू गो दोनों सेम बात है ये इंटरचेंजेबल होते हैं दोनों वर्ड्स must or must not need must and must not you must do something it is necessary that you do it don't tell anybody what I said you must keep it secret we don't have much time we must hurry you must know do something don't do it you must keep it secret you must not tell anyone don't tell anyone we must be very quiet we must not make noise need not and do not need to sorry you need not do something it is not necessary to do it but you can if you want we have plenty of time we need not hurry it's not necessary to hurry we can also use don't doesn't need to do we don't need to hurry note that we said don't need to do but need not to without to compare need not and must not you need not Steve I can tell him myself it's not necessary you must not tell Steve I don't want him to know need not or have done ये मज़ीद इसके कुछ एग्जांपल लिखे हुए हैं should you should do something it is a good thing to do or the right thing to do you can use should to give this advice to give an opinion मतलब किसी को सजेशन देने के लिए कर सकते हैं कि आपको ये करना चाहिए शुड इज़ नॉट एज स्ट्रॉन्ग एज मस्ट मस्ट जो होता है वो कंपलसरी होता है कि लाजमी ही करना चाहिए और इसके साथ होता है एक और टू यू कैन यूज और टू इंस्टेड ऑफ शुड इन दिस सेंटेंसेज ऑन दिस पेज वी से ought to do with do you think I ought to apply for this job do you think I should apply दोनों तरह से सेम है should you can use should after insist demand recommend suggest purpose I insisted that he should apologize doctors recommended that everyone should eat plenty of food what do you suggest we should do सजेशन के हवाले से भी वो शुड लगाया जाता है आई बेटर इट्स टाइम I had better, I had better, you had better, I had better do something. It is advisable to do it. If I do not, there will be a problem or a danger. I have to meet anytime, me in 10 minutes. I had better go now, I'll be late. The negative, I had better not, I had better not. The jacket looks good on you, are you going to buy it? I had better not, it's very expensive. Would, we use would not when we imagine a situation or action. We think of something that is new cars. Is new real. I would be nice to buy a new car, but we can't afford it. I had loved to live by the sea. Shall I tell Chris what happened? No, I would not say to him. Can, could, would you etc request, offer permission and invitations. Could you open the door please? Asking people to do things. Request, we can use we use can or could to ask people to do things. Can you wait a moment please? Can you could you wait a moment please? Helen, can you do me a favor? Excuse me, could you tell me how to get the bus station? क्वेश्चन के लिए स्टार्ट में क्या लाता है और कोड भी लगा सकते हैं. इफ़ आई डू and if I did. Lisa, shall we talk about take the bus or the train? Jessie, Jess, if we take the bus, I will be cheaper. For Jess, it is possible that we will take the bus. So she says, if we take the bus, it will be. If we take the bus, it will be cheaper. If we look the bus, it would be cheaper. If I knew, I wish I knew. Sarah wants to phone Paul, but she can't do this because she doesn't know his number. She says, I had phoned him if I knew his. I would phone him if I knew his number. I would phone. I would phone. Sarah doesn't know Paul's number, so she says, I knew. She imagines what she would do if she knew his number. और विश कब लगता है? when we use wish to say that we regret something, that something is not as we would like it to be. I wish I knew Paul's phone number. होप सो के दोनों में डिफरेंस समझ आएगा कि मतलब अगर उसके पास कुछ नहीं है और वो होता तो फिर वो क्या करती, तो फिर और अगर उसके पास कुछ उसको चाहिए लेकिन वो नहीं है तो फिर विश लगता है. इफ़ आई हैड नोन, आई विश आई हैड नोन. Last month, Gray was in hospital for a few days. Rachel didn't know this. A few days ago, they met by chance. Rachel said, if I would known you were in hospital, I would have gone to visit you. I didn't know, so I didn't go to visit you. If I would known. If I had known, this tells us that she didn't know before it. Wish, we say wish somebody luck, all the best, success etc. I wish you all the best in the future. इसको ज़्यादा डिटेल में करने की ज़रूरत नहीं, आगे चलते हैं. पैसिव, I is done was done. This house was built in 1981. This house was built is passive. Compare active and passive. Somebody built this house in 1981. एक्टिव वाइज ऑब्जेक्ट, दिस हाउस वाज बिल्ट इन 1981. मतलब किसने उसको बनाया वो नहीं पता हो तो फिर वो पैसिव बन जाता है सेंटेंस. पैसिव, टू बी डन, हैव डन, बीन डन, बीइंग डन. एक्टिव, टू डू, क्लीन, सी etc. पैसिव, टू बी प्लस डन, क्लीन्ड, सीन etc. समबडी विल क्लीन दिस रूम. एक्टिव है, दिस रूम विल बी क्लीन लेटर, ये पैसिव हो गया. परफेक्ट इन्फिनेटिव, टू हैव प्लस डन, cleaned, seen etc. passive. Somebody should have cleaned the room. The room should have been cleaned, passive बन गया. Present perfect active, have has plus done, और passive में have has been plus done हो जाएगा etc. The room looks nice. Somebody has cleaned it. The room looks nice. It has been cleaned. Past perfect active, had plus done. Passive, have been plus done. The room the room looked nice. Somebody had cleaned it. The room looked nice. It had been cleaned. Present continuous active. M is are plus doing passive. M is are plus being done. Somebody is cleaning the room at the moment. The room is being cleaned at the moment. Past continuous active. Was were plus doing passive. Was were plus being doing done. Somebody was cleaning the room when I arrived. The room was being cleaned when I arrived. Passive 3. I was offered, we were given, etc. Some verbs can have two objects. For example, give. My grandfather gave me this watch. It is possible to make two passive sentences. I was given this watch by my grandfather, or this watch was given to me by my grandfather. Other verbs watch can have two objects are ask, offer, pay, show, tell, etc. I don't like being. The passive doing seeing etc is being done, being seen etc compare active. I don't like people telling me what to do passive. I don't like being told what to do. I was born, we say I was born, not I am born. I was born in Chicago. Where were you born? Not where are you born. Get. You can use get for the passive. There was a fight but nobody got hurt. Nobody was hurt. I don't get invited to many years. I am not invited. आगे है it is said that, he is said to, he is supposed to. It is said that he is 108 years old. He is said to be 108 years old. Both the sentences mean people say that he is 108 years old. You can use the structure with a number of the other verbs, especially alleged, believed, considered, expected, known, reported, through, understood, etc. Supposed to. You can use supposed to or the same was as said to. I want to see that film. It is supposed to be good. या फिर people says it is good. दोनों सूरतों में जुमला दुरुस्त होगा. Have something done. The roof of Lisa's house was damaged, so she called a builder, and yesterday he came and repaired it. Lisa had the roof of repaired yesterday. Roof repaired yesterday. This means Lisa arranged for somebody else to repair the roof. She didn't repair it by herself. आगे है जी reported speech. He said that. Direct indirect आगे. You saw Paul yesterday and you want to tell somebody what he said. There are two ways of doing this. You can repeat Paul's words, direct speech. Paul said, I am feeling ill. Or you can say the reported speech. Paul said that he was feeling ill. Compare direct. Paul said, I am feeling ill. Reported, Paul said that he was feeling ill. वो प्रेजेंट को पास्ट में चेंज कर देते हैं. रिपोर्टेड स्पीच टू. वी डू नॉट ऑलवेज चेंज द वर्ब इन रिपोर्टेड स्पीच. इफ द सिचुएशन इज स्टिल द सम, इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी टू चेंज द वर्ब टू द पास्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, डायरेक्ट. पॉल सेड माई न्यू जॉब इज़ बोरिंग. रिपोर्टेड, पॉल सेड दैट हिज न्यू जॉब इज़ बोरिंग. Direct. Helen said, I want to go to Canada next year. Reported, Helen told me that she wants to go to Canada next year. कुछ चीज़ें चेंज नहीं होती हैं, कुछ चीज़ें चेंज होती हैं. मतलब अगर कोई सिचुएशन है सेम वैसी की वैसी ही चल रही है अभी भी, तो फिर चेंज नहीं होगी, अदरवाइज चेंज हो जाएगी वर्ब. Questions. In questions, the subject is usually after the verb. Subject plus verb plus subject. Tom will Tom. You have you. The those was the those. The subject, will Tom be here tomorrow? Have you been working hard? When was the house built? The subject is father after the first verb. Is Catherine working today? Not is working Catherine. आगे चलते हैं. Question 2. Do you know where? He asked me where. Do you know where? I don't know why. Could you tell me what? We say where has Tom gone, but do you know where Tom has gone? Not has Tom gone. Where पहले आएगा. जो W वाले क्वेश्चन होते हैं वो पहले आएंगे और उसके बाद फिर हेल्पिंग वर्ब वाले क्वेश्चन पहले आते हैं. उसके बाद आते हैं मतलब ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स हैव, डू, कैन, ईटीसी, आई थिंक सो, आई होप सो, ईटीसी। आई शी, आई हैव लॉस्ट माई कीज, ऑक्सिलरी, फिर पहले ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब आएगी और उसके बाद मेन वर्ब आएगी। द होटल वाज बिल्ट 10 years ago, वाई डू यू वांट टू गो होम। अच्छा जी, आगे है क्वेश्चन टैग्स। डू यू, इजंट इट, स्टडी द एग्जाम्पल, इसको ऐसे ही करना पड़ेगा, वो नहीं यार। यू हैवंट सीन लिसा टुडे, हैव यू, नो आई हैव नॉट, हैव यू एंड वाजंट it are question tags. There are many questions that you can put to end. In question tags we use an auxiliary verb, have, was, will, etc. Verb plus ing, enjoy doing, stop doing, etc. I enjoy reading, not I enjoy to read. Would you mind closing the door, not mind to close. Chris suggested going to the cinema, not suggested to go. After enjoy, mind and suggest we use ing, not to. अच्छा जी, verb plus to, decide to, forget to, offer, plan. आफ्टर दीज वर्ब्स यू कैन यूज़ टू, इन्फिनेटिव। ऑफर टू आएगा मतलब प्लान टू, मैनेज टू, डिजर्व टू, अग्री टू, अरेंज टू, फील टू, अफोर्ड टू, रिफ्यूज़ टू, होप टू, प्रॉमिस टू, लर्न टू, डिसाइड टू, फॉरगेट टू, थ्रेटन टू, टेंड टू, इन सब के साथ यूज़ होगा। वर्ब प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट टू, आई वांट यू टू, वर्ब वांट टू, और एक्सपेक्ट टू गो, आस्क टू, हेल्प टू, वर्क, वुड, लाइक टू, और वुड प्रेफर टू भी आएगा। इसी तरह एक्सपेक्ट के साथ भी समबडी, समथिंग, पहले ऑब्जेक्ट आएगा और उसके बाद फिर टू आएगा। बाज़ दफ़ा टू फ़ौरन ही साथ आता है वर्ब के, और कुछ बाज़ औक़ात ऑब्जेक्ट के बाद आता है। वर्ब प्लस आईएनजी और टू, रिमेंबर, रिग्रेट, ईटीसी। समटाइम्स सम वर्ब्स आर फॉलोइंग बाय आईएनजी एंड सम are followed by to. Verbs that you can use with ing, not to: admit, fancy, avoid, postpone, consider, imagine, stop, deny, keep on, suggest, enjoy, mind. Verbs that you can use with to: afford, fail, offer, agree, forget, plan, arrange, hope, promise, decide, learn, or deserve. Some verbs can be followed by ing or to with the difference of meaning. Remember, I remember doing something, I did it, and now I remember this. I remembered to do something, I remembered that I had to do it, so I did. Regret, I regret doing something, I didn't it, no, I am sorry about it. I regret to say, to tell you, to inform you, I am sorry that I have to say. Go on doing something, continue doing the same thing, go on to do something, do or say something new. अच्छा, आगे है वर्ब प्लस आईएनजी और टू, ट्राई, नीड टू, हेल्प, ट्राई टू एंड ट्राई आईएनजी, ट्राई टू डू, अटेम्प्ट टू डू, मेक एन एफर्ट टू डू। आई वॉज वेरी टायर्ड, आई ट्राइड टू कीप माई आईज ओपन, बाई आर्ट आई कुड नॉट। Please try to be quiet when you come home. Everyone will be asleep. Need to and need ing. I need to do something. It is necessary for me to do it. He needs to work harder. I wants, if he wants to make progress. I don't need to come to the meeting. My phone needs changing. It needs to be changed. Help and can't help. You can say help to do or help to do. With help do, with or without to. Everybody help to clean up after a party. Everybody help to clean up. I can't help doing something. I can't stop myself for doing it. आगे है verb plus ing or to, like, would, like, love, hate. When you talk about repeated actions, you can use ing or to after these verbs. So you can say, do you like getting up really, or do you like to get up early? Stephen hates flying. Stephen hates to fly. I love meeting people, or I love to meet people. दोनों सूरतों में ही जुमला ठीक होता है. Prefer and would rather. Prefer to and prefer ing. When you say what you prefer in general, you can use prefer to or prefer plus ing. I don't like cities. I prefer to live in the country, or I prefer living in the country. अच्छा आगे है preposition in for about etc plus ing. If a preposition in for about etc is followed by a verb, the verb is ends in ing. Are you interested? I am not good. Cat must be. Are you interested in working for us? I am not good at learning languages. Kate must be fed up with studying. What are the advantages of having a car? Thanks very much for inviting me to the party. How about meeting for lunch tomorrow? Or why don't you go out instead of sitting at home all the time? And Amy went to work in spite of feeling it. We say before ing, after ing. Before going out, I phoned Sarah, not before to go out. By ing to say how something happens. You can improve your English by reading more. Without ing, we ran 10 kilometers without stopping. 2 plus ing, look forward to doing something. We often use 2 plus infinitive to do see. We decided to travel by train. Would you like to meet for lunch tomorrow? Be get used to. I am used to. Lisa is American. She lives in the Britain. When she finished, drove a car in Britain. Driving on the left was a problem for her because when she was used to it. When she wasn't used to driving on the left because Americans drive on the right. But after some time, driving on the left becomes easier. She got used to driving on the left. Now it's not problem for Lisa. She is used to driving on the left. Verb plus preposition plus ing succeed in ing insist on ing etc. We use some verbs preposition plus object. We talked about the problem. I apologized for what I said. If the object is another verb, we use ing. Verb plus preposition plus ing. We talked about going to South America. You should apologize for not telling the truth. आगे है there is not no point in the ing, it's worth ing. We say there is no point in, it's not, it's no use, it's no good doing something. There is no point in having a car if you never use it. बाकी सब भी सेम जुमले वो यूज़ हो जाएंगे कि मतलब होता है. To, for and so that. I called the restaurant to reserve a table. What you need to make bread. We shouted to warn everybody of the danger. This letter is to confirm the decision was made at our meeting last week. आगे चलते हैं. Adjective plus 2. Hard to understand, interesting to talk to etc. Compare sentences A, B. James doesn't speak clearly. It is hard to understand him. He is hard to understand. Sentences I, A and B have the same meaning, not that we say he is hard to understand or he is hard to understand him. To, afraid to and preposition ing, afraid of ing, afraid to and afraid of doing. I am afraid to do something I don't want to do because it is dangerous of the result could be bad. This part of town is dangerous. People are afraid to walk here at night. I am afraid of something happening. Interested in doing, interested. I am interested to do in doing something. Sorry for and sorry to. We use sorry for doing to apologize for something. I am sorry for shouting at you yesterday. Or we use sorry to say that we regret something happens. I am sorry to hear the Nikki lost her job. अच्छा. See somebody to do and see somebody doing. Tom got into his car and drove off. You saw this. You can say I saw Tom get into his car and drive off. We say I saw him do something. He did it. I saw this. In the same way, you can say here, listen to, watch, feel. Somebody do something. Something happened. I didn't. Here you come in. You came in. I didn't hear this. Lisa suddenly felt somebody touch her on the shoulder. ING clauses. He hurt his knee playing football. Kate is Kate is in the kitchen. She is making coffee. You can say Kate is in the kitchen making coffee. You can use ing in this when two things happen at the same time. A man ran out of the house shouting. He ran out of the house and he was shouting. शॉर्ट हो जाएगा ना तो दोनों जुमलों को एक साथ लिखा जा सकते हैं. Countable and uncountable. Countable, I eat banana every day. I like bananas. Uncountable, I eat rice every day. I like rice. अच्छा, countable and uncountable too. Did you hear a noise just now? A specific noise. I can't work here. There is too much noise in general. Next, countable nouns with a and some. A dog, a child, the evening. Before singular countable nouns, you can use a and. By have a nice evening. You cannot use singular countable nouns along with a, the, my, etc. She never wears a hat. Not wears hat. But be careful of the dog. What a beautiful day. We use a and to say what kind of something is or what kind of person somebody is. Compare singular and plural. A dog is an animal. Dogs are animals. आगे है आ एंड दी. आई हैड अ सैंडविच एंड एन एप्पल फॉर लंच. द सैंडविच वाजंट वेरी गुड बट द एप्पल वाज नाइस. जॉय सेज आ सैंडविच एंड एप्पल बिकॉज दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम ही टॉक्स अबाउट देम. जो नाउ सेज द सैंडविच द एप्पल because we knows which sandwich and the which apple he means. The sandwich and the apple he had for lunch. The we use the when there is only one of something. Have you ever crossed the equator? There is only one equator. Our apartment is on the 10th floor. Venus Rise is the capital of अर्जेंटीनिया. मतलब जब कोई स्पेसिफिक चीज़ का नाम पता हो तो उसके साथ जी लगता है. दी स्कूल etc. Ellie is 10 years old. Every day she goes to school. She is at school now. School starts at 9 and finishes at 3. Today's Ellie's mother wants to speak her daughter's teacher. She has to go on to the school to see her. She has the school now. मतलब अगर कोई चीज़ अपने नॉर्मल जिस काम के लिए ही वो मौजूद है, स्कूल जो है वो पढ़ने के लिए होता है, तो पढ़ने के लिए कोई जाएगा तो फिर दी नहीं लगेगा. अगर कोई किसी और काम के लिए उस जगह पर जाएगा तो फिर दी यूज़ होता है. द चिल्ड्रन when we are talking about the things or people in general, we do not use the. I am afraid of dogs, not the dogs. Dogs in general, not a specific group of dogs. ये रूल्स सिर्फ डॉग्स एनिमल्स पर नहीं, हर चीज़ पर ही होगा. जब जनरल में होगा तो दी नहीं यूज़ होता है, अदरवाइज दी यूज़ होता है. द जिराफ, द टेलीफोन, द ओल्ड, इसमें भी सेम रूल है. जनरल में नहीं होता और स्पेसिफिक में होता है. नेम विद एंड विदाउट दी. Continents Africa, we do not use with the names of people. Helen Taylor. In the same way, we do not use the most of places. For example, continents Africa, not the Africa. South America, continents, states, islands, cities, towns, etc. mountains, इन सब के साथ दी नहीं यूज़ होता. आगे है जी नेम्स विद एंड विदाउट दी. We do not use the with the names of the most city, roads, स्क्वेयर्स, पार्क, सिटीज, यूनियन स्टेट्स, फिफ्थ एवेन्यू, हेड पार्क. मतलब सिटीज़ और स्टेट्स के नाम के साथ भी दी यूज़ नहीं होता. सिंगुलर एंड प्लूरल. ट्राउजर्स, 2 legs, आर जीन्स, टाइट्स, शॉर्ट्स, प्लैनेट्स, ये सारे प्लूरल हैं. ग्लासेस भी प्लूरल होते हैं. पिच पजामाज भी प्लूरल है क्योंकि ये 2 डबल होते हैं. नाउन प्लस नाउन. अ बस ड्राइवर, अ हेडेक. You can use 2 nouns together, noun plus noun, by to mean one thing, person, idea, etc. A bus driver, income tax, city center, and apple tree. A bus driver, the driver of a bus. Income tax, tax authority you pay on your income. City center, the city center, the city of the center. An apple tree, a tree that has apple. A Paris hotel, a hotel in Paris वगैरह. अच्छा जी, आगे है एस अपोस्ट्रोफिस एस. Your sister's name and of the name of the book. We use apostrophes mostly of the people or animals. Tom's computer is not working. Not the computer of Tom. How old and are Chris' children? Not the children of Chris. आगे है myself, yourself, themselves. Steve introduced himself to the other guest. We use myself, yourself, hers, himself, a reflexive pronoun when the subject and object are the same. Steve introduced himself, तो फिर himself use होगा reflective pronoun. A friend of mine, my own house on my own by myself. A friend of mine, we say a friend of mine. Yours, hers, hers, ours, father. A friend of mine, one of my friends. I am going to wedding on Saturday. A friend of mine is getting married. Not a friend of me. Me नहीं आएगा, mine आएगा. There and it. There is new restaurant in Hill Street. Hill Street. Yes, I know. I have heard it's very good. Some and any. We bought some flowers. We didn't buy any flowers. He is busy. He has some work to do. He is lazy. He never does any work. There is somebody at the door. There isn't somebody at the door. I want something to eat. I don't want anything to eat. एग्जाम्पल्स नहीं पढ़ रही क्योंकि पहले ऑलरेडी काफ़ी टाइम हो गया. नो, नन, एनी, नथिंग, नोबडी. नो एंड नन. वी यूज़ नो प्लस नाउन. नो बस, नो शॉप्स, इट इज ए. नो, नॉट और नॉट एनी. वी यूज़ नो प्लस नाउन एट द बिगनिंग ऑफ सेंटेंस. नो रीज़न was given for the change of the plan. We use none without a noun. How much money do you have? None money. No money. मतलब none और no का मतलब यही होता है, सेम ही तकरीबन में आता है. Much, many, little, few, a lot, plenty. We use much and little with uncountable nouns. Much luck, much time, little energy, little money. We use many and few with plural nouns. Many friends, many people, few cars, few children. We use a lot of, lots of, plenty of with the uncountable noun and plural nouns. आगे है all of, most of, no, none of, etc. All, some, any, most, much, many, a little, few. You can use these words with a noun. Some food, few books, etc. Noun के साथ यूज होते हैं. both of, neither, neither of, either of. We use both, either, neither for two things. You can use these words with a noun. Books, both books, neither books, etc. Both restaurants are goods. नीदर रेस्टोरेंट इज़ एक्सपेंसिव. दो के साथ यूज़ होता है इधर और नीदर नॉर वगैरह. ऑल, एवरी, होल, एवरीबडी, एवरीवन, एवरीथिंग एंड ऑल. एवरीबडी वाज हैप्पी और एवरीवन वाज हैप्पी. नॉट ऑल वर हैप्पी. आगे है ईच एंड एवरी. ईच एंड एवरी आर सिमिलर. ऑफन इट इज़ सिंपल टू यूज़ each or every. Each time I see you, you look different. Or every time I see you. But each and every are not exactly same. अच्छा जी, sorry. Each and every are not same. We use each when we think of things separately, one by one. So study each sentence carefully. Study the sentences one by one. Each मतलब एक एक करके पढ़ना. We use every when we think of these things a group. The meaning is similar to all. Every window is the house was open. All the windows in the house open. मतलब each जो है वो separately अलग अलग यूज़ होता है और every जो है वो collectively यूज़ होता है सबके लिए. Relative classes with two who, that, which. Study this example situation. Last week we had a party and a lot of people came. Everybody enjoyed it. Everybody who came to the party enjoyed it. Relative class है ये. एग्जाम्पल फिर वो जो एग्जाम्पल वाला अगर करूँगी तो उसमें कर दूँगी डिस्कस में. रिलेटिव क्लास 2. Clauses with and without, who, that, which. Look at these example sentences from Unit 92. The woman who lives next door to me is a doctor, or the woman that lives. The woman lives next door to me. Who, the woman is the subject. Where are the keys that were on the table? The keys were on the table. आगे भी similar examples लिखे हुए. Relative clause. Whose whom were driving home was saw some people standing by the road. This car had broken down. We stopped to help him. We helped some people whose car had broken down there. आगे है relative clause for extra information clauses. There are two types of relative clause in these examples. The relative clauses are underlined. The woman who lives next door to me is a doctor. My brother lives Ben who lives in Hong Kong. Relative clauses 5. Extra information clause 2. Preposition which, whom. You can use a preposition whom if you for people and which for things. You can say to whom, of which, with whom, without which, about whom, from which. आगे है ing and ed clauses. The woman talking to Tom, the boy injured, the accident. A clause is a part of a sentence. Some clauses begin with ing. For example, who is the woman talking to Tom? Ing. The woman talking to Tom. Who? Question 1. Adjectives ending in ing and ed. Boring, bored, etc. Many adjectives end in ing and ed. For example, boring and bored. Study the example situation. Bored, boring. Bored past में आ जाएगा. Jane's job is boring. Jane is bored with her job. Adjectives are nice, new house. You look tired. Sometimes we use two or more adjectives together. My brother lives in a nice new house. In the kitchen there was a beautiful large round wooden table. Adjectives like new, large, round, wooden. Effect of adjectives: they give us information about age, size, color. Adjectives like nice, beautiful are opinion adjectives. They tell us what speaker thinks of something or somebody. Adjectives and adverbs. Quickly. You can say our holiday was too short. The time passed very quickly. Two people were seriously injured in the accident. Quickly and seriously are adverbs. Many adverbs are adjective plus ly. Adverb: quickly, seriously, carefully, badly, heavily, terribly. For spelling, see Appendix 6. Not all words ending in ly are adverbs. Some adjectives are end in ly too. For example, friendly, lively, elderly, lonely, lovely वगैरह. आगे है adjectives and adverbs. Well, fast, late, hard, hardly, good and well. Good is an adjective. The adverb is well. Your English is good, but you speak English well. Sophie is a good pianist, and but Sophie plays the piano well. Fast, hard, and late. The words are both adjectives and adverbs. Darren is a fast number. Darren can run fast. Hardly, very little, most. Sarah wasn't very friendly at the party. She hardly spoke to me. She spoke to me very little. Compare hard and hardly. He tried hard to find a job. He hardly tried. अच्छा आगे है so and such. We use so plus adjective adverb. So stupid, so nice, so quickly. Next है enough and to. Enough goes after adjectives and adverbs. I can't run very fast, very far. I am not fit enough, not enough fit. Enough normally goes before nouns. We use enough alone without a noun or adjective. To and enough. Compare to and not enough. You never stop working. You work too hard. More than stop working. More than is necessary. Quite, pretty, rather, and fairly. Quite, pretty, rather, pretty is are similar in meaning. Less than, very, but more than a little. I am surprised you have not heard of her. She quite famous. She is pretty famous. Pretty is an informal word and is used mainly in spoken English. Quite goes before a an. We live in quite an old house. आगे है compare cheaper more expensive. How shall we travel? Shall we drive or go by train? Let's drive, it's cheaper. Don't go by train, it's more expensive. Cheaper and more expensive are comparative forms. Next है much better, any better. Much before comparative you can use much, a lot, for, a lot, a bit, a little, slightly, a little. I felt ill earlier but I feel much better now. Any, no. I have waited long enough. I am not waiting any longer. Comparative as that. अच्छा जी. Sarah, Joe and David are all very rich. Sarah has $20 million, Joe has $15 million, and David has $10 million. So Joe is rich. He is richer than David, but he isn't as rich as Sarah. Sarah is richer than he is. Superlative, the longest, the most enjoyable, etc. The longest river in the world. What was the most enjoyable holiday you have ever had? Longest and most enjoyable are superlative forms. Next have would, word order or order, verb plus object plus place and time. Verb plus object. The verb and the object normally go together. We do not usually put the words between them. I like my job very much, not I like very much. Our guide spoke English fluently, not spoke fluently English. I didn't use my phone yesterday. Do you eat meat every day? Please go home. We took the children to the zoo, not look the zoo to the zoo the children. Don't put anything on the table. Did you learn English at school time? Ben walks to work every morning, not every morning to work. आगे चलते हैं. We adverbs with the verb. Some adverbs, for example, always, also, probably, go with the verb in the middle of the sentence. Emily always drives to work. We were feeling very tired and we were also hungry. The meeting will probably be cancelled. Next है still, anymore, yet, already. We use still to say that a situation or action is continuing. It has not changed or stopped. It's 10 o'clock and Joe is still in bed. When I went to bed, Chris was still working. Do you still want to go away or have you changed your mind? Still also means in spite of this. For example, he has everything he needs but he is still unhappy. Still usually goes in the middle of the sentence with the verb. Next, even. Tina loves watching TV. She has a television in every room of the house, even the bedroom. We use even to say that something is unusual or surprising. It is not usual to have television in the bedroom. Although, though, even though, in spite of, despite. Last year, Paul and Sarah had a holiday by the sea. It rained a lot, but they had a good time. You can say, although it rained a lot, they had a good time. It rained a lot, but in spite of, despite the rain, they had a good time. In case, your car should have a spare wheel in case you have a puncture. Because it is possible you will have a puncture. In case something happens, because it is possible it will happen. आगे है unless, as long as, provided. Unless, study this example. The club is for members only. You can't go in unless you are a member. This means you can't go in except if you are a member. You can go in only if you are a member, unless, except if. as walked, as I was, etc. As at the same time as, you can use as when two things happen together at the same time. We all waved goodbye to Liz as she drove away. As I walked along the street, I looked in the shop windows. As, because as also means because. As I was hungry, I decided to find something to eat. Next, like and as. Like similar to the same as. What a beautiful house. It's like a place, not as a place. Be careful. The floor has been polished. It's like walking on ice, not was walking. The like as if. We use like or as if to say how somebody, something look, sound, or feels. That house looks like it's going to fall down. During, for while. During, at the time between the start and end of something. I feel asleep during the movie. At a time between the start and the end of the movie. We met some really nice people during our holiday. आगे है बस थोड़ा सा रह गया. By and until. By the time. I sent the documents today, so they should arrive by Monday. On or before Monday, not later than Monday. This milk has to be used by 14th August. आगे at, on, in time. Compare at, on. They arrived at 5 o'clock. They arrived on Friday. They arrived in June. They arrived in 2012. Next, on time and in time. At the end and the end. On time, punctual, not late. If something happens on time, it happens at the time that was planned. The 11:45 train left on time. In time, for something, do something soon enough. Will you be home in time for dinner? अच्छा जी, आगे है in time. For something, to do something so soon enough. Will you be home in time for dinner? So enough for dinner. I sent Amy a birthday present. I hope it arrives in time, on or before her birthday. I am in a hurry. I want to go to home in time to watch. At the end, in the end. At the end of something, at the time when something ends. At the end of the month, at the end of the film, at the end of January, at the end of the course, at the end of the game, at the end of the concert. आगे है it, in, at, on. Position 1. In a room, in a building, in a box, etc. In a garden, in a town, in the city center, in a pool, in the sea, in a river, etc. Next, in, at, on. Position 2. In a line, in a row, in a queue, in a picture, in a photograph, in a newspaper, in a magazine, in a book, in an office, in a department, in the sky, in the world, in the country, etc. Next, it and in, at, on. Position 3. In hospital, at work. We say that somebody is in bed, in hospital, in prison. We say that somebody is at home, at work, at school, at university, at college, at party, at concert, etc. अच्छा आगे है to, at, in, and into. We say go home, travel, go, come, travel to a place or event. For example, go to China, go to work, come to my house, go back to Italy, go back, go to the bank, drive to the airport, return to London, go to party, be taken to hospital. Next, in, on, at, other use. In the rain, in the sun, in the shed, in the dark, in bed, whither. We sat in the shade. It was too hot to sit in the sun. Don't go out in the rain. Wait until it stops. आगे है जी by. You can say something happens by mistake, by accident, by chance. We hadn't arranged to meet. We met by chance. But we say do something on purpose. You mean to do it. I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. Noun plus preposition. Reason for cause of etc. Noun plus for, a demand, a need for. The company went out of business. There was no demand for its product anymore. There is no excuse for behavior like that. There is no need for it. A reason for, the train was late, but nobody knew the reason for the delay. Not reason of, noun plus of, a cause of. The cause of the explosion is unknown. Noun plus in, an increase, a decrease, a reach, a fall in. There has been an increase in the number of road accidents recently too. Damage to the accident was my fault, so I had to pay for the damage to the car. Noun plus with, a relationship, a connection with, contact with. Do you have a good relationship with your parents? Adjective plus preposition. Nice of you, nice to me, nice, kind. Thank you, it was very nice of you to help me. Adjective plus about with. There is no point in getting angry with things that don't matter. Are you annoyed with me for beginning late? Adjective plus at, by, with, of. Surprised, shocked, amazed, astonished, upset at, by something. Everybody was surprised at the news or by the news. I hope you were not shocked by what I said or at what I said. Sorry about a situation or something that happened. I am sorry about the mess. I'll clear it up later. Sorry about the last night. Sorry about something that happened last night. Adjective plus preposition to. Adjective plus of, afraid, scared, frightened, terrified. Of, are you afraid of spiders? Yes, I am terrified of them. Found, proud, ashamed, jealous, envious of. Why is he so jealous of the people? Suspicious, critical, tolerant of. They don't trust me. They were suspicious of my motives. Aware, do you know what he was married? No, I was not aware of that. अच्छा जी, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Verbs plus preposition to and at. Talk, speak to somebody. Talk, speak with is also possible. Who were you talking to? Listen to. When I am driving, I like to listen to the radio. Apologize to somebody. They apologize to me for their mistake. अच्छा, आगे ये काफ़ी सारे रूल्स हैं, इनका पढ़ लीजिएगा. About, for, of, after. Talk to, read about, know about. We talked about a lot of things at the meeting. But we say discuss something, not preposition. We discussed what we should do, not discussed about. Do something, not nothing about something. Do something, nothing to improve a situation. If you are worried about the problem, you should do something about it. Verb plus for, ask for. I asked somebody the way to the station. आगे take care of. About and of. Do you hear about the fire at the hotel? अच्छा, next है of, for, from, on. Tina accused me of being selfish. His parents don't approve of what he does, but they can't stop him. Die of, what did he die of? A heart attack. Consists of, we had an enormous meal. It consists of 7 courses. Pay for, but we didn't have enough money to pay the rent. Thank for giving. I'll never forgive them for what they did. Next है जी, in, into, with, to, on, believe in, specialize in, succeed in, break into, crash into, divide into, translate from, into, collide with, happen to, invite to, prefer to, concentrate on, insist on, spend on. Phrasal verbs. Introduction. We often use verbs with in, on, up, away, by, on. जैसे get on, drive off, come back, turned off, round, break down, fixed out, take off, give up, get by. तो ये सारी वर्ब के साथ अगर कोई और वर्ड मतलब प्रपोजिशन जॉइंट हो जाती है तो उसको हम फ्रेजल वर्ब कहते हैं. फ्रेजल वर्ब. आउट, गो आउट, पुट आउट, टर्न आउट, ब्लो आउट, वर्क आउट, टर्न आउट, ट्राई आउट वगैरह। फ्रेजल वर्ब फॉर on and off for lights, machines, etc. We say the light is on, put the light on, leave the light on, turn the light on off, or switch the light on off. Shall I leave the lights on or turn them off? Put on, be off, take off, on or off, go on with, keep on, drive on, doze off, finish off, show off, tell। ये सारी फ्रेजल वर्ब्स पे ना मैं अलग से एक लेक्चर बना दूँगी अभी, क्योंकि इस बुक कवर भी चल रहा है और काफ़ी लेंथी लेक्चर हो गया, तकरीबन 1.5 घंटा होने वाला है, तो मेरे ख्याल काफ़ी है। आगे ये सारी फ्रेजल वर्ब्स ही हैं, ब्लो अप, टीयर, बीट, अगर कुछ और है तो वो देख लेते हैं। अवे, बैक, ये भी फ्रेजल वर्ब है, मतलब जो दो प्रेपोजिशंस या दो वर्ड्स इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं तो फिर हम उनको फ्रेजल वर्ब कहते हैं। ये लिस्ट हो गई रेगुलर वर्ब्स की, ये और ये आगे अपेंडिक्स स्टार्ट हो गया। इसके अपेंडिक्स में भी उसने वो उसका एक्सप्लेन वर्ब्स को ही एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ है, वर्ब्स या ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स, तो इनको मैं नहीं पढ़ रही हूँ। जो बुक का मेन पार्ट है वो ख़त्म हो गया। आगे एडिशनल एक्सरसाइजेज का चूँकि मैंने अलग से लेक्चर बनाने का सोचा हुआ, तो लिहाजा वो अलग से लेक्चर बनाऊँगी, इसमें नहीं कर रही। तो फिर चलिए सारी एक्सरसाइजेज जो उसके सोल्व करने वाली है। ये बुक बेसिकली इसका बेनिफिट तब होगा जब इस एक्सरसाइजेज को खुद से सोल्व किया जाए, क्योंकि मैं अगर सोल्व करके दे दूँ तो फ़ायदा नहीं होगा। इसको प्रैक्टिकली, वो कहते हैं ना प्रैक्टिस मेक्स अ मैन परफेक्ट, तो जब तक आप खुद से प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे इसकी एक्सरसाइज को, इसको एक एक करके सॉल्व करें, तो ये इसका फ़ायदा नहीं होगा पढ़ने या सुनने का, क्योंकि ये ग्रामर तो बेसिकली हम बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी नहीं आती। क्यों नहीं आती? क्योंकि हम प्रैक्टिस नहीं करते इसको, तो लिहाजा प्रैक्टिस करने की ज़रूरत है। और ये इसके लास्ट में हर एक्सरसाइज के आंसर दिए हुए, तो अगर आपके पास ये हार्ड कॉपी में बुक है तो आप वहाँ से इसको अच्छे से सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। नहीं भी है तो फिर आप दो मोबाइल या जैसे एक लैपटॉप कंप्यूटर या वैसे रख लें और एक्सरसाइज को खुद सॉल्व करें और उसके बाद आंसर मैच करें, क्योंकि ऐसे ऊपर नीचे जाने में तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा ना। तो आज की बुक रिव्यू कंप्लीट हुई, ये सारे एक्सरसाइजेज के आंसर दिए मैं इसमें ना। फिर मिलते हैं किसी और बुक रिव्यू में। नेक्स्ट भी मैं इंशाल्लाह एक और इंग्लिश ग्रामर है जो कि रिकमेंडेड बुक है CSS की, तो वो उसको करने की कोशिश करूँगी। 3-4 बुक्स हैं जो CSS की इंग्लिश के पेपर में रिकमेंड की गई हैं, तो वो उम्मीद है अगर वो सारी मुझे मिल जाती हैं सॉफ्ट में PDF में तो सारी की सारी करूँगी। 2 मेरे पास अवेलेबल हैं, तो दूसरी इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में करूँगी। थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग। अल्लाह हाफिज़।